Hello, my name is Frank Escandell. I am making this video for X Plus Internet of Senses Forum, which is the event that took place on May 6th and 7th, 2021, in which I was one of the speakers. My talk was called Omnivergence Towards the Advent of HXR. I had a telecom problem, so I was not able to reply or respond to some of the questions my talk generated among the attendees. So here it is. I am going to be answering to some of the questions. Thank you. The first question was from a good friend of mine, Professor Jose Luis Cordera. He's one of the first staff members at SU, one of the founders, you could say. And then the question he asked was about the relationship between the process of omnivergence, what I have coined as omnivergence, and what has been called or deemed the technological singularity, which is, of course, still a hypothesis. But Ray Kurzweil has presented for years now, he has been presenting evidence that we are approaching and that we are near this technological singularity. The thing is, we're talking, when you talk about omnivergence, we're talking about a sort of technological singularity of technology itself, in which, as we know, all different technologies across the spectrum of industries, in this case, emerge, diverge, or converge into one another, okay, disrupting one another. And the whole the question is, and the matter of the fact is, to name this process and how we shall study this in a more systemic manner. Okay, uh, so yes, there is a relationship between this omnivergence, this process of cross disruption among technologies, and the future or the hypothesis of a technological singularity in the next years, supposedly starting on 2029 in this case, or at least that's the measurement based on Moore's law, and then on the law of accelerated returns, also called Kurzweil's law. Um, when it comes to about this technological singularity, then it will be if not a major force, because we're going to have to somehow merge our senses with technology itself, not as a mere extension, as Marshall McLuhan coined 60 years ago, almost 60 years ago, 1964, if I remember correctly, but also as the part of one of our senses itself. So that's a direct relationship between this hypothesis and this term omnivergence. Uh, the second question was a funny one, actually. A lady asked about psychedelics. Okay, and I guess the question referred to my proposal that the best wearable and the only wearable that is really going to work in terms of this omnivergence, and specifically for HXR, which you can find the explanation, of course, on the presentation video, and there's another question ahead of us, and I will explain it as well. That and the use of, well, what about psychedelics? So why don't you try to explore your mind, I guess, with the use of psychedelics? Well, I would say that reaching this point, Timothy Leary or Terence McKenna would be very proud, or not. The thing is, if you have the ability through a brain-computer interface, a BCI, if you have the ability to basically detect, we already know where they are, but you detect all these pleasure centers in the brain, you don't need psychedelics. You're talking about a new way of, say, psychedelic stimulations. And of course, that's part of the human condition. So I guess we'll have to see. First, we will have to solve the engineering problem. But thank you for the question, of course. The next question is excellent. This gentleman says basically, why am I proposing an HXR, hyper extended reality, if we already have and we're experiencing and we're building an XR, an extended reality, which is being developed, and it will be uh, on board per se in the next 10 years from now until 2030 or so. What is different? Why is HXR, another term that I have coined, different from XR in this case? Well, XR refers to basically, when it comes to XR, it refers basically to the use itself of a wearable computing, wearable devices in this case, and HMDs and so on and so forth, and being a combination of AR, VR, MR. Okay, so that's fine, but we're still considering, we're taking into account the use of wearables. So let me give you an example. Okay, um, let me show you this. This is a Recon Jet Pro smart glasses from 2012, 2013, if I remember correctly, by Intel. It was supposed to be a consumer in this case, a consumer product. Okay, it didn't work out. Yes, it looks massive, really, really cool, one would say. But still, we have a problem of having limited capabilities, and if it is only for enjoyment and have the music right next to you, and having a camera that you're cycling, or you're mountaineering, or you're trekking, for example, or you're jumping from a plane. Okay, so that you have this, and you're recording, and you're doing your social networking. I guess that would be the use for it, but that's about it. So the consumer market in terms of these devices um, is not there yet, even though Apple has promised, that apparently is in the process of bringing one into the market that is a consumer edition, um, smart glasses in this case, but it hasn't worked. So it has been basically enterprise level technology. And another problem that with XR is going to be the form factor. Okay, this is okay. Anyway, it is right here, and it is somehow interrupting the way your vision is supposed to work, the way your hearing is supposed to work. It is still it's not working properly. So, for example, let me show you this. This is a Google Glass Enterprise 2. This is the new Glass Enterprise. And again, so we have this device that is about 20 degrees above the vision, is a 20-degree angle, just about above the eye, and that you're still in contact with reality, of course. This is assisted or augmented reality, but it's still is enterprise level work, but it's still, you have a device that has to be here, and it is attached with a titanium band all around your face, basically, and you can use some other gear. Still, this is foreign to our bodies. So the question about XR is that it's going to depend on form factor, and that is extremely difficult. HXR is would be basically the evolution of XR for the purpose of using a brain-computer interface. The proposal is basically that you stop using these devices, and that you go directly to brain functions. Okay, so that you could see and you can interact in many, many ways with the reality around you. For some more of HXR, or hyper extended reality, you can also see the presentation video. I think that will be quite interesting. This is an ongoing work, so we will be publishing, and we will be bringing it to some others' attention, of course. The next question is about the cover of my talk, in which there is this sequence from the movie The Matrix. Actually, there is this this lady with a red dress, and the question is basically about the what is called the Red Queen effect. Is is that it's out of the engineering field in this case, something called the Red Queen effect. In this case, no. My answer is basically that it is a figure taken from an 1871 novel called Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. Those of you who read Alice in Wonderland, well, that is a recurring theme in the movie itself, because of basically the having to do with evolution, not biological in this case, but having to do with evolution and how you need to move forward to be in the same place. Very interesting when it comes to how we are supposed to function through this technology, how we're supposed to function with the world around us. Next question is basically what would be the relationship between omnivergence and artificial general intelligence, or AGI in this case, or artificial intelligence itself. Right now, it's a question of our current time. So, but not AGI. I have said, and I did say somewhere else in another different talk, Spanish language talk, basically, I said and I stated that there is no development or no meaningful development of AGI because there is no business case to support it. And I am being absolutely down to earth on my statement. There is no business case to build an AGI. I mean, companies are not interested right now, that they are paying for it, but they are not interested on having these all-encompassing artificial intelligence, all-pervasive um, uh, module or machinery or intelligence out there that can get a hold of everything basically. It's not the case. They're not interested on that. They need their particular in artificial intelligence, machine learning or neural networks to perform work. That's about it. Yes, Dr. Ben Goertzel, the CEO and founder of the Singularity Net Foundation, has been working on research on HGI. Oh, I'm sorry, on an AGI. Um, but that's about it, basically. I am not aware of a suitable business case that can present, uh, that can defend basically AGI of becoming a business sometime in the future. So omnivergence has is not is independent of whatever artificial intelligence or the artificial intelligence community will do. We will see as this is an ongoing work. We will see how it will or it would or it shall basically. But right now there is no. This is because this is going to be a brain-computer interface. So it is about this piece of machinery on our skull, and that's about it basically. And by the way, I wanted to make it clear that HXR is part of the omnivergence, and it is the specific part of omnivergence dealing with the fusion, emergent, and convergent of all realities, assisted, virtual, mixed, extended reality into one. Here's the last question in this case, having to do with fascinating field, having to do with blockchain technology. Um, I am going to try to change the question and veer it towards another end. The way omnivergence could work, HXR in this case, of course, that is going to generate an immense amount of data of everything we are seeing through, not through our devices such as this, but from the inside of our cranial perimeter. We're going to be seeing and interacting with the world in in all ways possible. Okay, that is going to generate a huge amount of data. Okay, so here's the catch. There's something called data portability. I am going to own that information. Who's going to own that information? Whom am I going to share it with? So one of the ideas right now is to emulate, at least in principle, the what is called the Ethereum virtual machine. Ethereum is basically is probably runs on the blockchain, of course, runs on a specific blockchain with smart contracts. So you take away all the intermediaries, and you deal directly with, I don't know, for example, you are sick, or the longevity uh, folks out there, they're not going to like it probably, but probably you are sick and you have become sick somehow, and that you will only share that piece of information generated inside, and you're going to share it. You're going to say, I am going to make this call right now, and I'm going to share it with my hospital, or my GP, in this case my general practitioner, in this case my doctor, and that's about it basically. So the question is that data remains with the owner. That's us in this case. So and then of course we will be able to share this through a sort of a blockchain evolution, or an evolution of a blockchain technology, that we are able to at will to we will be able to share this information and all these data with whomever we estimate is worthy of it or is going to make use of it, even if it's a company like, for example, like one of these internet browsers out there. Okay, even if that's the case, but that's because I will decide to do so. So that's about it. That's those are the questions that were proposed by you. Thank you very much for attending my talk in this case, in this wonderful event organized by X Plus. And I want to say thank you to Fabricio, Sasha, and Pedro. Great work. Thank you. And well, I hope I hope we generate debate and we talk about it. I will be answering more of your questions down on the comment section. Thank you.